25% dropped frame rate over the last 2 minutes. That's bad. We'll see how this goes. What? No. Stupid. Not autocorrect. I don't know what that was. All right. Are we live? Are we up? Are we going? I'm gonna take just a minute and finish this up. Don't do this. Here, I'll have this nice stainless and black niobium bracelet, and then I threw this giant chunk of blackened stainless steel in here. Right? Don't do this. This was a bad idea. Not the worst mistake I've ever made in my life, but what is this? PP Girl. I love people's usernames on here. This is a 5-strand Byzantine bracelet, and I'm finishing up that little corner right there. See those tiny rings? And speaking of things that are cool, I just finished up the second one of these today. For my overhead camera, sorry. Drop rate 52%. What is going on? Some friends. Check the health of my. Yeah, you can buy one. I have one left. This one is for sale. So message me. Let me. We can exchange info, payment details, all that fun stuff. It's got those little claws on there. But I finished that up earlier, and then I made a mixed metals composition of this, which is normal stainless steel, blackened stainless steel, and then black niobium. And I don't recommend doing that at all. Nice work. Thank you, Fireball. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on with this. Notifications. That was 3 minutes ago. We'll keep our eye out for any more dropped frame rates, but so anyway, I'm gonna finish this up and then probably move on to tearing this apart and making it into something else. Probably do a I'm not gonna lie, probably gonna be a dice bag. So if you're hanging out looking for work on the saddlebag covers, we're probably not doing those tonight, because Randy White, thank you for the follow. Fireball, thank you for the follow. I still haven't gone through and counted all the rows I needed to figure out where to put the diamonds, right? This diamond into this sheet of blackened stainless steel. It's got to mirror the first one I did. So if you're new, I'm in the middle of this big motorcycle project that I said, oh, I can get that done by the end of Christmas break. And I didn't factor in that I was going to have 4 to 5 days of, family stuff and hangovers. So there was a few days where I didn't get any work done. But anyway, how's everyone? What are you doing? How's it going? How was your Christmas? I only have a few more rings to pop on here. It should only take a minute. And then we'll see how it fits. So, that was basically what I did with my day, was make this. Here's what happened. I have these black and stainless 20 gauge 1/8 rings that are roughly the same size as the regular stainless steel and the black niobium here. And I'm like, okay, after these two bracelets with the black and stainless steel on them, I had some left over. And I thought, you know what? Let me figure out what I can do with these. And so this bracelet was originally on a tube clasp. This tube clasp right here, for anyone. Drop frame. Okay. Uh-oh. I wonder if anyone's watching on Facebook, could you please let me know that you're there? So I removed this tube clasp, right, because it's sterling silver and it's not very strong. And this bracelet had been on a tube clasp, and I made it into kind of a bangle style, right? I wanted to do that with this one, but I was going to have to order rings in order to match them all up. So I was like, you know what? Screw that. Let me go ahead and just throw these black and stainless in here. And it's kind of cool because I got this big patch of black and stainless, right, you know, as kind of a centerpiece, but it goes against my rule of mixing metals. Oh my gosh, I don't know who's stomping upstairs, but so I did this today, and this took a lot longer than I was anticipating. I was hoping to have this done many hours ago so that I could work on, or I could prep for other things tonight. But that's what I'm up to. And if you want a better view on TikTok, let me know. I can change the camera angle a little bit. So, for anyone hanging out, my name's Sean. I run mailworks.com, where I design and sell chainmail themed apparel and accessories. That's most of what I sell. Sometimes, if you follow along, you will catch me with stuff like these Thor hammer bracelets here for sale, right? Those are a rarity. I do have some stuff for sale every now and then, but most of what I sell is through my website, and it's like jerseys and blankets, and got a big chainmail themed snug hoodie on there right now that people seem to really like. Had a lot of those go out for Christmas. So please, you know, if you like chainmail and you want more of it in your life, consider a chainmail themed snug hoodie. But I've been doing this for too long to count, about 27 years. Not consistently, but I started when I was 14. And I've been doing it seriously probably for the last 15 years now. And in that time, I've managed to do probably 1.5 rings, or 1.5 rings, 1.5 million rings. So it's been a journey. And I've got a lot more planned. So I want to tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing yet tomorrow. I'm hoping to get back to working on the saddlebags. We'll see how it goes. I think that those are... I've given myself till the spring to have the saddlebags done, with the lids covered in chainmail. I think that'll be awesome. Oh, the lids to the saddlebags, the bib for the gas tank, and the toolkit. Right, just throwing some chainmail up on all of that. Stained Glass by Julia, thank you for the follow. I love stained glass. It's so pretty. I made a chain for a chainmail glass artist once. It came out really well. But I have until the spring, till riding season opens back up, which is now 3 months away. Uh-oh. Oh, excuse me. And I'm hoping in that time to not only get all the chainmail stuff done, but I want to get the fenders and gas tank hydro dipped. So that's my goal. Let's see, what is our drop rate now? Drop rate, okay, so there's no... Just a massive amount of... Just a massive amount of dropped frames on my computer, which I don't normally have an issue with. Wonder if it's the weather. It's cold and rainy and dreary outside. We had a somewhat nice day yesterday, but it was cold and rainy again today. No white Christmas for us. I'm 100% okay with that. I know people that love snow, and I used to enjoy snow too, until I moved to Wisconsin, where the snow doesn't go away. Because I grew up in Idaho, in a valley, and we'd get 1-2 inches of snow and it'd be gone the next day. And that would happen multiple times throughout the winter. And then up on the mountain, they would get a bunch of snow that would stay up there, and you could go skiing. But I, after having moved to Wisconsin, my first snowfall here was 14 inches of snow in 10 hours while I was 25 miles away at work. And I have a rear-wheel drive truck, and I did not know how I was going to get home. And then, when I had this, when I cleared the driveway, I only cleared one side, and I left the other side for later, because I wasn't expecting to expend as much energy as I had just removing, you know, it's the snow, so 14 inches of snow that we got that day, plus the snow the next day, plus at the end of the driveway is where all the snow collects from the snow plows. And I've said snow too many times. It's gonna get cold and snow here now. Knock on wood. But in all seriousness, I only cleared out half the driveway, and it's about 2 feet of snow at the end of the driveway, right? And I thought that I would be able to go back out and clear the other side the next day, the side I parked on. I have never been so wrong in my entire life. I went out the next day and found an iceberg at the end of my driveway. It was all the snow and the leftovers from the snowplow had frozen into a giant solid block of ice. So, you know, most of the time you think, oh, you know, I just need a snow shovel for the snow. I don't even think we had a snow shovel when I grew up in Idaho. But when I went out there and found this giant block of ice. I had to get a pickaxe to break this thing apart. So all of my neighbors with their giant snowblowers were having a good time laughing at me. I think it was shortly after that we ended up buying a decent sized snowblower, but we didn't get a large one until last year, 2 years ago now. So, alright, 2 more rings and then this is done. We'll play with something a little clankier. And then I made the mistake of asking, oh, when does this snow melt? And they said May. It's like, oh my gosh. So, sure enough, that year we had pretty heavy snowfall and it was icy all the way. All right, so I am on multiple platforms right now, and I have a drop frame rate that's really high. And there's viewers, no one's commented anything, but I just updated all the Streamlabs software just a minute ago, and I haven't restarted my computer yet, and so I'm wondering if that's the issue, and or if my internet is jacked up. So anyway, that was the last ring in this. That is the piece I put in today in lieu of the tube clasp. You can see how the black doesn't match. I don't know if you can tell down here. It's 2 different materials. One's black and niobium, which niobium is nice because it shines up really brightly. And this is black and stainless, which, whatever, it is what it is. See if we can get it onto my wrist. That's pretty, that went on pretty easily, so I'm pretty happy with that. And it, you know, it kind of looks like I got this centerpiece patch on there, so whatever. Antivirus or update suddenly running our game updater. John, I updated recently. So, and then I didn't restart my computer because I ran out of time, which I should know better than to do that. Actually want to work from the inside out here. Easier to spot the rings that make up the seam. Or so I tell myself as I struggle to find the ring. So anyway, I've been fortunate enough that I've gotten a lot of work done over Christmas break. Kid goes back to school on next week. And then it'll just be me and the dogs during the day, so and now a lot of this is going to get reconnected, but what I'm going to do is scale it down quite a bit. That way I can make sure all this, each section, there's 6 sections, make sure each one's the same size and dimensions, and then put it back in the size that I need for whatever I make. I'm assuming that I'm just going to end up making a dice bag because I don't want to tear this whole thing apart, but I do want to have a functional piece afterwards. Which is fine. Another dice bag is not the end of the world. Coif dice bag. It's just a scale issue. And one piece is out. That doesn't go there. It's like a slice of pizza with a big crust. I just saw a notification across my phone there. I was a victim of a crypto bankruptcy. That was fun. It's been going on for a year and a half now. And we're finally going to start seeing some money back here next month, so it's either going to be in like crypto or in assets, but the whole process was riddled with people trying to leech off the victims of the bankruptcy. From lawyers to other people involved in the bankruptcy. I'm hoping that it finishes getting resolved soon. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be interested in hiring a lawyer again. It's like these guys delayed and did a bunch of nonsense so that they could just keep collecting payment for their hours. And it's like, you know, this is people's livelihood. It's their money. And they screwed off the entire time. Oh, and the whole thing was completely unnecessary. So that's my favorite part. But it's resolving. And I may have access to some money one day. And then tax season's coming up. That'll be... We'll see how that goes. I might actually get the opportunity to not just finish all the chainmail for my Harley, but also do the front and rear fenders and the gas tank. So I have a lot of other financial obligations that I should probably take care of first before I do those things. So we'll see. I really would like to have the bike completed by the spring. But also, all right. Yeah, I keep seeing, hey Tom, yes, we are making some chainmail. Well, I'm tearing it apart, actually, to make sure that everything is the correct size, or to size it all down, actually. And we might make two things out of it. We'll see. I've got a bunch of projects going on, and this one is the one most easily grabbed while I was sitting here. What is that? What is going on here? Okay. That is a miswoven ring. I just finished up putting this patch of black and stainless steel into this bracelet here. As the stream started, I've been working on that all day. That should not have taken me all day, but it did. Takes concentration. It definitely can. There are weaves, and I've spoken with other people about this, that I could probably do in my sleep, like European Foreign One, or Byzantine, or it's another fairly common weave, Full Persian. I've done enough of those that I could just, you know, pass out and just continue weaving my pliers. But there are other weaves that are like pencil weave or candy cane cord, which are, these are the names of weaves of chainmail. Thank you for the follow, Tom. And they are most difficult. And even, you know, even the bracelet I was working on, there's connection rings in between each row. See if I can get this off. Nope, it's permanently on me now. Come on. So in between each strand, right, I don't know if you can see them, there are rings connecting each strand together, right? And they're very tiny. And I had to use tweezers to really get them into place. Yeah, lots of stainless steel. I prefer to make stuff in stainless. You can get cool colors in niobium, titanium, and aluminum. But, and I've heard people say this doesn't happen, but the fact of the matter is that anodization scratches, fades, it can get UV exposed and fade out. So I prefer not to work with it. I want something that is going to last 150, 200 years with minimal maintenance and you know, just so solid that it can't be destroyed. All right, 3 sections. Something's crawling on me. So I prefer to work with sterling silver, titanium, which, if anodized, also has the same problems as anodized aluminum, right? And anodized niobium is the same way, right? Can fade, get scratched, get UV exposed, okay? It should last, a good anodization should last a long time. But silver, stainless steel, titanium, and that's really, you know, unless I get my hands on some gold or something, some argentium silver, you know, I'd work with those. But I don't want to work with brass. I don't want to work with brass or bronze. I mean brass or bronze or copper. Just because the way they tarnish is not pretty. Bright aluminum gets oxidized. So I just, you know, prefer stainless to most anything. If you're making for yourself, you likely solder or weld them with your Smith little torch. Some of that would require a laser welder. I've got a, what is it called? I can't read the title from here. It's a little pulse welder. And it's good for stainless steel, silver, and I'm told, what do you call it? Jeep and Jammer, how you doing, buddy? I'm told that it will also do titanium and niobium, but that would require an argon shield, and I don't know how to do that. So I haven't tried welding any titanium or what limited amount of niobium I have. I did see someone recommend a $5,000 laser welder from Micro Tools, I want to say it was, over the pulse welder that I have. To put that in perspective, my pulse welder, which will, you know, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but for a hobbyist, it's okay. It was like $180 as opposed to a $5,000 laser welder that was recommended. And I don't know what is out there as far as laser welders go, but MIG, you'd MIG weld stuff? I have a pulse arc welder, and I would like to make a welded shirt. You're too cheap to buy a $5,000 tool? Yeah, me too. So I would like to make a welded shirt, and I am working towards getting a bunch of riveting tools and starting to rivet rings and that. All kinds of fun stuff going on here nowadays. So yeah, I'm too cheap to buy a $5,000 tool that I'll never see the return on. $200 tool that I'll never see the return on? Fine. Sign me up. I got dozens of those. There was, however, a, what's it called? A wazer. You're doing better, although you used up the unemployment benefits. Wish you had one more week since you got sick. Yeah. Especially with that fire, man. Like, not to dig up recent events, but all right. Rio Grande is pretty much your supply company. Yeah. I hear a lot of good things about them. I don't know if I've ever ordered anything from them. I know that a bunch of people ordered, I want to say, Swarovskis. Oh, Jeepin, did you get sick after your house fire? You had to take sinus infection? You had a sinus infection? Taking your last antibiotic in an hour? Pepe tool, or a peep tool? I don't know how that's pronounced. What kind of saw blade you buying? Or like a jeweler's saw blades? Alright, somehow my internet fixed itself and I'm no longer getting the dropped rates. Yeah, you got sick afterwards? I'm sorry, bud. Or dropped frames. That's good. Tearing all this apart. And then we'll put them all back together. Yeah, I've been on their website. I don't think I've ever ordered anything from them. I may have ordered, if I did, it was one or two things. Very small items. Now your mini drill press came from, you got a mini drill press from Rio Grande. Hang on. What does that look like? Rio Grande mini drill press. Variable speed mini drill press. I'm only looking because, yeah, look at that. $65. That's right up my alley. Very interesting. I'm very intrigued by that. Alright, now what? They're all apart. want to tear all this apart, but you got a ring stretcher tool, huh? Give you 2 weeks. All right. Let me talk to you about that first. But a mini drill press was a drill press in general. But I have a small workspace down here in the basement, so I don't think I'm going to be having room for like a full-size shop drill press. You know what I mean? You have more tools than you need. I inherited a lot of my father-in-law's tool and die making tools, and so there is a chest of drawers out in the garage that has a bunch of tools in it, very like precision tools. And then I have two. Is it 2 or 3? It's right around the corner. Very large toolboxes full of tools. So, and then I have all of my own tools that I've carried around with me throughout life. All right, those are the same size, but I want them. I took it apart because I don't want to make an enormous dice bag. Right? It's 3 toolboxes? Okay. You wish your mailing stuff didn't go into storage? I do too, man. Alright. Tools made by your dad. I know. So let's size this down. How does that look like? That looks like a decent size. Yeah. If anyone has a Weber charcoal grill, your dad made those too? Yeah, he did. Alright, so all your chainmail stuff is in storage and you don't have your Xbox controller. I mean, that sucks. You're like gonna have to go talk to people to pass the time. I don't know if you like talking to people, but that sounds awful to me. I'm great at talking to a screen and a microphone. Or Leatherman tool or airbags in a Toyota vehicle from the 1990s. I didn't know he did the airbags. I might have known he did those. You're funny. We avoid people like the plague. Yeah. Okay, go over here. You have an area 5 foot by 6 in a corner of living room and front porch where you work at Hobby. I got 3 tables next to me. 2 6-foot ones and 1 3.5 foot. So there's no room on any of the tables. They're all covered in crap, and that's why I'm working on all this stuff down here, because I want to get some room and have some finished projects so I can get newer, cooler stuff. Even before COVID, you were avoiding people? Yeah, same. Doing it for a long time now. No sense in ruining my day by running into someone. You have all your Switch stuff so you can still do Nintendo? That's good. Okay. Now, we're going to make them all the same. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's an odd size. Oh. Should I make it 12? That would require putting all the stuff I just tore out back in. That's fine. So I've got at least 3 dice bags that I need to take to the local game store. It's a fish tank basically full of dice, just random dice. And so I need to, once I have all of them done, just go in there and fill up, 3-4 dice bags full of dice. I'm 100% certain that that's not what I need to be spending my money on, but that one's got a snag. I was counting and you were helping. Is that what that was? Okay, well, I misunderstood and now I'm adding rings back on. That's okay. If we make the first one correct, then everything else is just going to be cut down to size and should only take a second. I love you too, babe. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, what happened? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh. No, that's not what happened. I see what happened. Your TV survived. It broke shortly after putting it up at the in-laws' house. Hung it up and it worked for a few days, and then one day nothing but lines in it. You were able to get a newer, bigger, more HD one for the price you paid for the old one 2 years ago, so you're not complaining. There you go. Bigger TVs. I need a TV. I've needed a TV down here in the basement for a while. And there's a nook for the TV, and it's a specific size. And the last time I went TV shopping, I was at Best Buy, had a really nice person helping me, and I had the measurements for the TV. And then I was like, let me get, I'm going to get a TV later. And here I am. I've been in this house for 8 years, and the nook in the wall where the TV goes is filled with gaming stuff, but no TV. So I need a TV, a coffee table, and then that's really it, right? There's a bar down here that was put in by the previous owner, and it's got 2 wine fridges. Now, I don't drink wine. I should probably unplug them. It's probably a waste of power. But I could replace the wine fridges and put in a cooler beer fridge. But then I also have a fridge down here in the basement, so why did I do that? Okay, we'll get this figured out. So right behind the bar is the laundry room, and there's a fridge in there, and you know, it's cold, good for cold beer, but if I took the wine fridges out, I don't know what I'd do with them. I could put a tap in the bar, I guess. I don't know what else I would do down here. Yeah, put a kegerator in. Put a kegerator in with proper drainage. Too many people have taps on their bar with that little tray to catch the foam. No, no, no. I want actual drainage. That'd be fun. So maybe I'll do that. TV, coffee table, kegerator. And short of, you know, redoing the whole basement, that's about all I can think of to improve down here. Got my workspace. Got a couch and a bar. Just need a TV and a kegerator. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What am I doing wrong here? This is ridiculous. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not doing anything wrong. Okay, yay. I just don't know how to count. Holy tinnitus, Batman. Thanks, government. Navy corpsmen like alive. I've known a few Navy corpsmen in my life. All pretty good dudes. Okay. Alright, so yeah. TV, coffee table, kegerator. Actually, there's one more thing that I want to do. And it's a, you know those infinity mirrors that they have? Where it's a mirror and then it'll have like brick around the edge and a light, and it just looks like this brick well goes, you know, on forever. I want to make a chainmail one of those so that it looks like chainmail just goes on forever. I think that is a good goal. Just putting that on Facebook Marketplace to trade your wine coolers for an item or two you need. That's not a bad idea. Okay, there we go. Shouldn't have affected that, did it? Why? Oh, is that why? Okay. Adding that row screwed this up. That's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Straighten that out later. Off stream. Just trying to make sure that everything lines back up as best as I can make it, right? Theoretically, so that when I go to put it all back together, it's easier. Right now, I'm only making problems for myself, but that's pretty on par for the course if you hang out with me long enough. Okay. So, I heard that Warner Brothers is making a new Lord of the Rings themed movie, and it's going to be similar to the Ring of Power, or Rings of Power, and basically they're going to try to do better than what Amazon did. I don't know about you guys, but I'm of the opinion that the Amazon Rings of Power is pretty universally hated by everyone. So last year when that came out, between that and the Eye of the World, there's just not, anyone interested in watching Amazon shows, apparently. So apparently Warner Brothers thinks they can do it better, which will be interesting. You're going to have to get a used rolling mill soon for rolling mill for wire. I don't need one of those, but I have friends who use them. If I ever thought about getting into making rings, I would want one. What is this, huh? You haven't watched Rings of Power yet? You will eventually. I watched the first episode and then I turned it off. Oh yeah, okay, wire and sheet. Okay. Just like I watched the first season of The Wheel of Time, and then I was like, yeah, I won't be back. I saw someone defending both of them the other day. and I was appalled. Like, you couldn't pay me enough money to defend either of those productions. But that is just one man's opinion, you know? Who am I? Someone who's not going to watch them. I haven't watched a lot of stuff. I typically don't watch TV. And, like, I'm going to go see Godzilla -1 with my kid because he likes Godzilla. And I think Godzilla's pretty cool. So I will go see that. But I don't know what other movies are out right now to even go look. Like, TV's been just disappointing and movies for a long time. I just stopped enjoying them. I think The Witcher with Henry Cavill, I enjoyed that. But even according to... I never played the game, I never read the books. My understanding is that the books were written, then the game, then the TV show. And I guess a lot of fans of the original Witcher books and game were upset about the TV show not holding true to the source material. Which I believe leads to why Cavill's no longer playing The Witcher, which is a bizarre decision. Also great for rolling out waste silver, gold once melted into button-sized pieces. Yeah, I have some waste silver. I haven't melted it into anything yet, but maybe I should do that. I don't have enough to do anything with, really. Might get $1 for it. Where are we at here? Did we do this right? We did this one right. Yay! Now, how many rows does that go up? Okay, right there. Easier to make jump ring material that way? Yeah. That's some, that's some high-end hobby equipment if you're taking your cast-off precious metal leftovers and rolling them into something useful. That's cool. Maybe I will get a rolling mill. All right, Tom, you've convinced me. Along with all the other 10,000 things I need. I don't know where John's at tonight. He was on here earlier, but I was having severe streaming problems. And the frame rate was just dropping. And I don't know how it resolved itself, but I just kept streaming and it kept going. Take care. Gonna watch a movie with the wife. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. There you go. Harry Potter, all 7, 8 movies, whatever, and then the Lord of the Rings, the extended versions. I was meaning to watch over this holiday period, right? I need to get... I won't say it out loud, but if I was not feeling well for a few days and didn't want to work on anything, and I just wanted to stare at a screen, maybe that'll force me to take a break and sit down and watch them all. But yeah, enjoy Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. You have yourself a good night, my friend. But anyway, John was on here earlier, and I was dropping frame rates like crazy, and he probably hopped off because he's getting annoyed. I updated the software and then didn't restart my computer like a moron. But he and I were talking about, he's a machinist, and I am but a lowly person who chills in my basement. And so we were talking about all the different tools that we'd like to have. And when you mentioned a mini drill press, it's like I didn't think of that. There's been 1,000 times when I could have used a drill press, just, you know, a quick zip. Give something a quick drilling, if you know what I mean. And it's just been like, get some kettle corn from a fair last night to go with. Nice. I hear someone screaming upstairs, and I don't know if someone is hurt or if someone is losing at video games. And I think it's losing at video games because I don't hear continued screaming. So, where are we at? 9:49. Buy silverware to melt and make your goods. There you go. I don't remember all the... We often... He usually has all the tools that he needs because he's been a machinist for quite some time, but I only can dream of having the number and the power of machines that he has access to as a machinist, right? Thing is, it takes 1,000,000 bits and it has a table with a slide vise. The rolling mill? Is that a good thing or is it tedious? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but excuse me. Yours takes milling bits. Oh, the drill press takes milling bits and has a table with a slide vise. I didn't look closely at it. I just got it pulled up here. Okay. So it's versatile. The mini drill press from Rio Grande. Or it doesn't take regular drill bits. Sorry for, I'm confused. But either way, I could find a use for it. I need to go buy some drill bits actually for this saddlebag cover. Or just the chainmail for the lid of my saddlebag, right? I have drill bits, but they are very old. So I'm going to go to Lowe's and grab, no, all bits up to 1/4 inch. Okay, cool. I may go to Lowe's and grab a fresh drill bit because it's only going to be drilling through whatever leather product, plasta-leather, faux leather, veggie tan or veggie leather, vegan leather option. I don't know what it's covered in, and plastic, right? That's all it has to drill through. It doesn't have to be super sharp, but I want it. I don't want the drill bit to tear the leather apart while I'm trying to make these holes, so that I can put the lacing through to braid the chainmail to the saddlebag. Right? Does that make sense? Alright. So I think I will do that before I start drilling. We'll see. All right. I'm not going to be able to finish this tonight, but we are almost done with our third section that's been cut down to size. And that's okay. We'll turn part of this into a small dice bag, and then I don't know, maybe we'll make multiple dice bags just to use up the rings. The rings are machine cut, right? They're kind of wonky, so the ends don't meet up all the way. I don't want to go through the effort of trying to squeeze each one closed and, you know, let's make a dice bag and give it away as a gift or something, even if it's not the most perfect, beautiful thing. It's, you know, they weren't trashy enough to throw away. So I want, if they were saw cut, you know, I would repurpose them and be nicer to them, but just gonna put these together real quick as a couple of quick projects, and then I know one person who could use a dice bag. I haven't given him a present in a while. So, my brother-in-law who plays D&D. Someone asked me if I played the other day. You think my link is there? The link to for a person who could use a dice bag? Yeah. So, but someone asked me if I played Dungeons and Dragons the other day, and I don't do tabletop games. I try to play them with my kid because I love my son and I want the best life for him. And my father played hours and hours of tabletop games with us. But my mother was obsessive about tabletop games. And they played this game called the Farming Game. And they would play it for hours. They would play Monopoly all the way through to the end for hours. And just, I don't think any of my siblings play Monopoly anymore. Tried to send a link on Rio to me. I'll probably have to accept it. So I'll accept the message and then see what you sent. Come on, there we go. All right. 3 pieces. Still working on that Byzantine bracelet. Which one? This one? Or the giant 5-stranded one on my wrist? I'm done working on both. Razzmatazz. I finished up this one today. Oh, yeah, no, that was this one. And I only had like a small little section to add. And then I finished that up like in the first 15 minutes and I had to find something to do. But I'm not smart enough to come up. I was running late and I'm not smart enough to come up with a working title in a matter of seconds before I had to be on time, basically. Yeah, the Thor's Hammer ones turned out pretty good. I like these. So I finished this one up this morning. I have 2 of them. I'm holding one for someone. So that's done. And I've used up all the black and stainless steel. And now, I don't know why my nose decided to start running. I'm putting pieces together. I had a coif going. That's what this is from. And title idea, everything but dice bags, yeah. You make Thor's hammer and lead-free pewter? Nice. I had a coif going. I ordered more rings for the coif. The ring sizes didn't match. And so now I've taken this coif apart and I'm turning it into at least one dice bag. So when we've got 3 pieces done, screwed up one, so I've finished something today. You mean when you have tons of pre-woven Eurofour in one? Yeah. And that's, God, it's all the black and stainless that I'm using for the motorcycle. I wove that all together years ago and was hoping to get rings to finish that shirt. And it sucks to have to tear apart what was going to be a shirt. But it is what it is. I think it'll all look good on the bike. It'll match my motorcycle vest, and then I'm just going to call it a day. I will find another way to make a black and stainless steel shirt. It was the Ring Lord from like a decade ago. I haven't tried Josh's black and stainless. For anyone watching, Josh DiLiberto is the proprietor of joshuadiliberto.com, and he's listed in the Mailworks the Mailworks app, which is in my link tree. If you want to learn more and have more resources for chainmail, by all means, please go check that out. What was I saying? But Josh DiLiberto makes chainmail rings. He makes superb chainmail rings. And other manufacturers have screwed up so bad that I order less and less from them every time I turn around. So, but I will try Josh's blackened rings here soon. I have some ideas in mind for that, and Whitney Mail's blackened titanium, and I have to get all of the rings woven in my basement first before I do that. Before I order more rings. That's the rules. If you want fancy, expensive stainless, DiLiberto is the best. I happen to agree. I was like, and it costs money, but you know what? That man makes a beautiful ring. And I do happen to want fancy. I want to be treated right. I do want fancy, expensive stainless steel. Anymore, you know? It's like I'm only willing to work with fancy stainless, fancy titanium, or fancy silver. I'm not... I don't want to work with anything else really anymore. You've been getting stuff from Ogre Rings lately? I need to contact Ogre Rings and Tom's Ring Shop, and I need to ask them if they want to be added to the Mailworks app. And Chainmail Joe. And I need to do that, and I need to get off my ass and do that. But I did get off my ass to today, and I did email some people about some stuff, and temper's a little harder and cuts are slightly rougher. The price is good. Can you tumble the stainless so that the cuts are good? I'm trying to get to the point where I have it set up so that I can make any specific ring size within reason. You know, I want like one spool of 20 gauge, one spool of 18, one 16, 14, 12, 10. I don't want pallets of wire. Jesse is nice, but he's been super busy lately. You're not 100% sure they're saw cut. You're not 100% sure if the rings can be tumbled to be really nice looking. Saw cut, you can usually tumble, well, you know, so the burrs are off and the edges have a nice finish to them. If they're a slightly harder temper, it may be, there may be a, what do you call it? What was I going to say? If it's a slightly harder temper than what you get from like the Ring Lord or Josh DiLiberto, yeah, you can probably clean it up just fine with some ceramic media or something. But I am not an expert at tumbling. You're gonna post-process tumble these? Yeah, I would. Just to clean them up, you know. And I'm okay with some things. Oh, I needed that. So, like the Ring Lord went through this whole phase where they had rings where the ends didn't meet up. The cuts were jagged. You got to run. See you next time. All right, man. Have a good one. And there was just this low quality ring coming out of the Ring Lord. So people started stepping up and making their own rings and doing their own ring manufacturing, and I would say that they have improved the whole chainmail community with their work. But if you have stuff that is difficult, like you can't polish it, you can't get the burrs off or whatever, my preferred media when I'm tumbling it is ceramic. So, all right, where are we at here? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I have to run too. Oh my goodness. All right, for anyone hanging out. Actually, gotta get upstairs and make sure the kid goes to bed. So for anyone hanging out, my name's Sean. I make chainmail. I've been doing it for a long time. I make cooler stuff than this. I'm just cleaning this up. You like glass bead media or ceramic for steel when you were gunsmithing? Yeah. I've never tried glass bead media. That's interesting. If you are interested in learning more about chainmail, in the link tree in my bio is a link to the Mailworks app. That app has a shameless plug for my store where you can find cool threads like chainmail themed apparel and accessories. But it also has a ton of resources for people just starting out, right? All the resources I would have wanted, where links to ring manufacturers, where people who make chainmail gather on the internet, where to find tutorials, all kinds of stuff like that. And a couple tools in there, some tool suggestions, and a list of chainmail artists. So if you're interested in learning more how to get started making chainmail, go download the Mailworks app and get yourself started making some chainmail. If you like what you see and you want to see cool stuff like motorcycle saddlebags covered in chainmail, and you want to support me, go to mailworks.com and get yourself something cool, like, you know, chainmail skull and crossbones. That design's on a couple things. You've been out of gunsmithing for 15 years now. Tom, sound like a person who knows a lot of stuff. Got some good tools. All right. I need to fix this one. That's why it's over there. Okay. My mail looks high quality. I would hope so. I've been doing this for a very long time. And I'm by no means am I like God's gift to chainmail, but I would like to think that I've learned a lot over the years and have made some pretty cool stuff. So for anyone else watching who's not interested in chainmail, you should be. All right, guys, I do have to go. Got to go and put the kid to bed and finish up for the rest of the night. So please like, follow, share, tell your friends, your family, order something from the website, and I will talk to you all later, you wonderful people. Have a good night. Bye. And for everybody else watching on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, go check out mailworks.com, download the Mailworks app, and I will